はい、皆さんこんにちは。スカルゼロです。本日もロボコップローグシティをやっていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。さて、新たな目標ですね。まだ終わっていないが追加されましたということで、もう終盤になるのかな。でも、こういったセリフが出ているってことは、おそらく終盤であるかと思います。なのでね、とりあえず集中して、終盤を迎えていきたいと思います。これで終盤じゃなかったらごめんなさい。それじゃあまず来てくれっていうことだったので、そこに向かいましょう。さあ、まずは評価ですかね。行動評価 A ランクありがとうございます。新たなスキルで何を強化しようかな。
You seem to constantly be front page news. Not only that, your situation has become a topic of public debate. I imagine that could take a toll on anyone. How are you dealing with other people trying to determine your identity for you?
うまく対処はできているつもりだったけれども、どうなんだろうな。もう慣れっこだにしとこうか。
Of course, it's not your TV debut.
こういったヒーローがいると政治的に使われるのは当然だからね。
Being given human rights would let you fully take control of your life. Is that something that you'd actually want?
人権をもらう。これはね、前回も言ってたけれども、人権が欲しいんですよね。ただ、このロボに人権があるのかどうかっていう。人生を思うまんまコントロールできる。これはあなたの望むことでしょうか。どうなんだろうな。他者の承認など必要ない。これがかっこいいな。
No, but no man is an island. The idea of granting you human rights is a very important issue, but no more important than the main reason for today's session. Many people might not be aware of that, but I have the whole report on the heavy glitches that you suffered before capturing Wendell.
誤動作な。結構ひどくなってきてるからな。
Anything similar was during the slaughterhouse incident. That's when your partner was wounded. Now, you were fighting the person responsible for it. Do you think the severity of those glitches is caused by the intense feelings that you have towards either of them?
どうなんだろうな。私はアン・ルイスのために正義を求める。これこそヒーロー。
I know how close she is to you. Let's dig a little deeper. Your typical glitches are triggered by sensory stimulation, similar to how most people experience memories when exposed to particular sights, sounds, or smells. But this wasn't the case with the other glitches that you experienced recently?
No, they triggered randomly.
That's what I suspected. And now tell me, what did they seem like to you when you experienced them?
過去の精神的なものだったけれどもな、内容は。残像だっていうことだね。
I think we're onto something. Your usual glitches were making you recall memories. No more harmful than remembering your wedding day when hearing Mendelssohn's March. We have to differentiate them from those severe malfunctions that you experienced in the slaughterhouse and at the mall. Those latter ones are the real problem, and we need to get to the bottom of it.But I think I've gathered quite a lot of valuable data, and at our next session, I'll present my conclusions.
結構なデータが集まったって言うけれども、本当に集まったのかね。大したことは今まで聞かれていないんだけれどもね。
Hey Robo, could you stop by the cells on your way to read? Someone there wants to speak to you.
独房に知り合いはいねえはずなんだが、とりあえず行くか。やっぱりてめえか。前回見逃してやったのにまた捕まったのか。
Well, your buddies found me with some nuke that I bought with that money that you let me keep, remember? It turns out that the legal amount that you can carry is 0. Can you believe that?
当たり前だ。やっぱり金は回収するべきだったな。
Only an addict would not believe
that.That's true.
ここはもう突き放すしかねえ。
I'm here mainly to congratulate us. We did it. We got the guy.
We
sure did, partner.
Any new leads?
Are you looking for trouble? This is the they lived happily ever after part of the story.
Wendell was conducting suspicious activity.
そう。ウェンデルが何者かの差し金だったんだよね。
I thought you were just looking to avenge your partner. I forgot that you're a dutiful officer. All right. I'll keep my ear to the ground and see what the...
教えて教えて、情報教えて、それがもっと欲しいのよ。
Talk to you later, partner.
今は教えてくれないの？はい、来たよ。
Yeah, when?
なんか用あるって言ってたけれども何？
What?
Catching Antonowski put a smile on a lot of people's faces, but we still have one unresolved
未
issue.
解決の事件。
Catching his accomplice at OCP.
Exactly. And when everyone realizes that OCP's been sabotaging us the whole time, mentions of a strike will come up again. We don't want that. So who do you think it is? Becker is an obvious choice. I just don't know if that's not too obvious. Do you suspect that Becker is on Windows payroll?
どうなんだろうな。すべての証拠が彼に方向が向いている、確信している。これ結局はさ、両方とも彼にたどり着かない？なんかイエスとイエスを選択しているのと変わらなくない？
All signs point to him.
They do, don't they? And that leads me to another thing. Becker wanted to meet you. You're supposed to show up at some old factory. And he wanted you to come alone.
絶
A
対
rather
罠じゃん。
unusual request.
That's why I'll get Officer Washington to listen in. By the way, how do you feel about him? Can you trust him?
どうだろうな。まあ彼なりに頑張ってるんじゃないの？
Despite shortcomings, he is trying his best.
That makes me a little less anxious about signing him up to look after you. I'm skeptical of anyone that OCP tries to push on us. First Becker, then Washington, and let's not forget about Dr. Blanche. Speaking of which, Dr. Blanche, is she being helpful? Are you getting anything out of those sessions?
まあカウンセリングも、そうだね。カウンセリングも一応役には立ってるね。
She is an enormous help. She listens.
ベッカーって上司でしょ？あいつだけが唯一使えねえよ。
Sometimes that's all it takes.
I will meet Becker, but there is a place I will visit first.
Sure thing. In the meantime, I'll brief your overseer.
どっか行っておく場所がある？
Officer Washington,
まだ終わっていない
Yes,
警察署。おう、どうした？
you've got a new assignment.
I'm ready and willing.
あ、もうこの時点でついてくんのこいつ。あ、今は呼び出しだけね。突撃だ！そして定番の下すり修理費。あれ、病院？そうか、用があるっていうのは、ルイスに会いに来たかったのね。ルイスはもう場所は分かっているんで、さっさと行きましょうか。
She's waiting for you, Murphy.
Come on, give me the skinny.
お、意識
I
が。
wanna know everything. Ah, Murphy, we started the party a little early. I hope you don't mind.
っていうか他の人たちもみんな仕事は？
It's my fault. I just gotta hear what's happening at the precinct.
In usual fashion, OCP's doing everything in its power to keep the police down.
Come on, this is time to celebrate. Lewis is feeling better. Wendell's in jail. Let's party.
If you don't
Let's
think a strike
party!
is brewing,
You know what? Let me get this grouch out of here so that you two can talk.
okay, I'm going. Feel better, Lewis.
なんか一人だけ全然喋ってないな。奥のやつにも喋らせてやれよ。
You look well.
I gotta admit, I sleep better knowing that you got that bastard. But what about you? How have you been lately? Did you get any more of those visions?
どうだろう。まあ、それでも捕まえる。まあ、そうだよな。まだ見えるけれども捕まえないといけないからね。
Ever since Antonowski showed up, they seem to be happening more often, and with greater intensity. I don't think I've ever seen you in such a state. I just know how it affects me, so I can't imagine how it affects you. The fact that he's the brother of one of those guys who shot you.
We should not let the past haunt us.
そうか。
Easier said
殺
than
され
done.
た相手の
His presence reminds
兄
me
弟
of
なん
the
だ、
day
あいつ
that
が。それは全然知らなかったな。映画とかを見ていないとそれは全然わからない内容だな。
things would have gone down differently.
まあ、あんなこと予
Neither
測
of
できた
us
ものではないと。
predicted the consequence of our actions.
That doesn't make me feel any less guilty. What I don't get is if Wendell is actually the brother of one of your murderers, then why did he come out now? After all this time? And why didn't he kill you when he got a chance?
That is what I intend to find out.
Right. Is it true that he's working with someone from OCP?
それは今調査
That is
中
what
で
he
す。
claims.
Damn Becker. We should just lock him up already.
まあ、非常に助かる。
I regret that.
まあ、奴がね、本当に俺も気に入らないんで、まあ、牢屋にぶち込めるんだったらぶち込みたいところなんだけれども
The old
ね。
man ended up in this hospital after his heart attack. I'm not even sure if he's in a state to talk, but it probably wouldn't hurt to check if he knows anything, right? Anyway, I think I need a little rest after all this excitement. Thank you for visiting me. We'll be back to working together in no time.
I look forward to it.
元気になれよ。オールドマンが入院している病院もここと。なるほどね。じゃあ、オールドマンに会いに行きましょう、次は。っていうか、ビップレーンに入るってなってたけれども、入れんのか？
I think I can last a minute longer in this stench. Hey, where do you think you're going?
オールドマンに会いたい。
Old man.
You're the only one who actually showed up to pay him a visit. You know he talks about you a lot.
Does he?
Yeah, about you being granted human rights. He's rooting for you. So maybe it's not such a bad idea. You can go in.
入れてくれるのね。案外簡単に入れてくれるとは思わなかったな。まあ、サンキュー。助かっちゃうぜ。どうした？なんか、大丈夫か？頭。
Just like you told me, Mother. We did not see Delta City rise. But don't you worry. I promise it will happen. Mother, why aren't you saying anything?
大丈夫か？一回倒れたことでもう頭がおかしくなっちまったか？
Michael, is that you? Your halo shines so bright.
なるほど。後遺症だな、倒れた。答えが必要
Someone
だ。
at OCP was
そ
supporting
う、
one
あ
of
な
his
たの意見が聞き
operations.
たい。
I want to know who.
RoboCop? Oh God. I'm getting close to my final days. And I just can't stand this uncertainty. But you came back from the other side. Tell me, how was it? Was it unbearable?
どうなんだろうな。俺は死んだことがねえからわかんねえけれども。昼寝のようなものだ。
Waking up from a long
安らかになるぞ。
a new man.
I hoped that would be the case.
まあ実際どうだかは知らんけれども。
Death isn't the end. You are walking proof of that. Unfortunately, I have not completed all I set out to do. Those saboteurs inside OCP won't let me.
Are you referring to Max Becker?
That weasel seeks not only to destroy you, but also my company. Be wary of him.
あいつが黒幕か、
Never
じゃ
let
あ。
anyone jeopardize the good name of OCP. Before you go, could you be so kind and give me some painkillers?
え？どうなんだ？どうぞ、どうぞにするか。
That's better. I can always count on you, can't I?
まあ、喜んだって言ってくれたからいいけれども、普通は薬剤勝手に使っちゃまずいでしょ
Helicopter's on its way, sir.
Perfect. More good news.
Leave now. We need to get him ready for the transfer.
まあ、とりあえず、なんか鎮静剤打っちゃって逆に、お前が殺したのかっていうなんか疑いの目を向けられるかなと思ったらそんなことはなかった。 そういったシリアスシーンはなかったね。
Why the long face, Robo?
さて、あとは病院から出て、ベッカーだっけ、あいつの悪行を暴いて、あいつを締めればいいのね。よっしゃ、こりゃもう、どうした？
I am the mayor of this city. RoboCop, you have to intervene.
なんか市長と話すってなってるけれども、俺政治に関わりたくないんで、はい。さようなら。さて、一人で来いと言われた廃工場？なんか黒塗りの綺麗な車が止まってるってことは結構人来てんじゃないの？
I only seek answers.
もうそこに銃と回復があるんだよな。左側に銃と回復が見えるんだよな。
So you can follow a command. Surprising.
Surrender, or there will be trouble.
Defiant as usual. Your creators screwed up the job by not installing an off switch. Well, it doesn't pay to fix their mistakes. It's cheaper just to replace you. So, RoboCop, meet the future of law enforcement.
あ、出てくるんじゃない？うわー、弱そう弱そうこれだろ？死体を集めさせてたのは。死体の脳を移植したんだろ？要するにロボコップの模造品を作ったわけだ、こいつは。
That's just a fragment of the speech I had prepared. But hell, this product speaks for itself.
模造品を作って俺に勝てると思ってんのか？死体が戦うのか。よいしょ。まあこういうのもね、結局は何で倒すかって言われたらパンチよ。パンチだったら銃の威力全く関係ない。関係ないなら関係ないから。関係ないから。銃の威力は関係ないから。よし。強えな。なんか遠くからバンバン撃ってるやつが強えな。どこ撃ってる？上にいると思ったけれども。ああ、スナイパーがいんのか。あぶねえ。スナイパーの威力が強かったな。まあスナイパーがいなくなっちまったらこっちのもんでしょう。近づいてきてはくれねえかな。ちょっと一回離して回復を取って、あとはこいつらにこれ投げときゃいいだろう。よし。まあ奴らも一応アンドロイドだし賢いみたいだから寄ってくるかなと思ったら全然寄ってこないのね。あ、危ない。関係ないから関係ないから、パンチがあれば問題ないから。よし、片付いたかな。まだ出るかな。
Let us see if they ever got around to fixing it.
Warm up is over. Get ready for the real strike.
何のと？ああ、そこから追加で出したのね。なるほど、連続バトルか。じゃあオッケー、これで一気に片付いたでしょう。後ろから撃ってるやつがいんな。ここにあるシャッター全部から出してくるかな、敵を。勝ってー。よいしょ。あれ、新しい能力使ったんだけど全然食らわないな。よいしょよいしょ。35%。いやー、すげえ撃ってくるね。上からも撃ってくるし、くっそー、数が多い。パンチマン。うわー、あそこにいんのか。 よいしょ。新しい能力を解放したけれども、いや倒れてね。よし。
It's impossible for you to win. I've seen the simulations.
RoboCop, I've got some more on the UED project. The old man didn't like it much and wanted to shut it down. He was certain that your brain was what was making you superior to them, so Becker continued to work on the project in secret.
He took a big gamble.
いろいろバレちゃってるね。いろいろ情報が出てくるね。
Once I'm done with you, his career is over. You are durable, I'll give you that.
次はどこから出してくる？ 上から出たな。向こう側か。
Redundant parts have too much impact.
よいしょ。道を開け。上はまだいる？上はいない。下だ。下だけれども、よし。アタックは効かねえ。アタック効かねえのか。よいしょ。まだいる。数がやばい。スナイパーだ。スナイパーは優先して倒さないとまずい。スナイパーはちょっとまずい。あれは威力が高すぎる。よいしょ。スナイパーはマジで威力が高いからな。どこだ？下か？下だな。撃ちすぎです。撃ちすぎです。そう思いません？撃ってる君。あとは奥2つか。回復を取って一旦休憩。遠いんだよな。回復他になかったっけ？なんかいる。また撃ってきた。降りてきたか。とりあえず近づいてきてくれればこっちのも OK。 ここに固まってんのか。そこ固まられると困るんだよな。ダメだ、硬い。一発で倒せないんだったら腕の方が早い。よし OK。 まだいる？片付いたか？
Becker knows you are helping me.
He gave me access to the OCP data himself. Under these circumstances, I feel obliged
まだ開いてないシャッターは結構あるよな。まだいるか？
Till now, I didn't want to damage you too much, but no more.
手加減は無用だってことはまだ出てくる？どこから出てくる？いや、反対側か。ここか。下からもいる。数が多いな。やっぱりもう最後だよね。ダメだな、全然倒せない。これだったらこっちの方が早い。体力もまあ近接になっちゃうけれども、こっちの方がまだいけると思う。上にスナイパーがいるな。スナイパーがいるんだったらスナイパー先。避けられなかったか。今の避けたかったな。体力はまだ大丈夫。なんせこれはイージーモードだからね。危ない。イージーモードで死にそう。やっぱり最後は敵のラッシュか。防御力を上げて接近。ダメージ量の軽減をしてるからなんとか持つけれども、このスキルもなかったらきつかったな。よいしょ。まあご利用し気味になっちゃってるけれども、ロボコップらしくていいじゃない。ヒーローとはこういうものだ。圧倒的パワーと、それがヒーロー。 に2つ。よいしょ。お、回復あるじゃん。あとどこ？あとは上？違うな、そこか。よいしょ。あと1台、そこの裏か。ノータイム。これで全体じゃないか？
You and the police are unprofitable. That's why I made the urban enforcement droids. I'm gonna replace all of you with them. Appreciate being among the first to know. You know what? I'll turn you off anyway. You can resist, but it doesn't change anything.
まだやる気か？まだやる気か？そ、一気にラッシュかけてきやがったな。でも体力回復は4つもあるし、いくらラッシュが来たとはいえこっちの体力の方が勝るはず。よいしょと。よし、まだいるか？いやー、固まってんね。パンチ。スロータイム必要もないけれどもね、パンチばっかりだから。よいしょ。まだいける。ここはめっと打ちやな。よし、まだいるのか。よいしょ。体力はまだいける。パンチ。正義の鉄拳。なんだろうな、ちょっとした格闘ゲームみたいになってるような気がするな。よいしょ。あと1台。よし、やっと終わった。とりあえず回復を1個使って、あ、ベッカーを問いただす。もうやつもさすがに駒はないでしょう。これ以上駒はないでしょう。結構倒したよ俺。お、また回復あるじゃん。回復があるのとアサルトライフル、いいね。
What the hell just happened?
一体どうなってるって言われてもね、お前の作ったのがただの雑魚だったということだよ。
Just stop right there.
やだよ。
Great performance, RoboCop. And Mr.
あ、
Becker.
こいつ市長選挙に出ようとしてたやつじゃん。
You promised to show me a
やっぱり
reliable
裏
remedy
に
for this
こいつらが
crime.
いたわけか。
And you really did.
Yes, I've been working on UEDs for the past 5
I meant
years.
RoboCop. He's proved once again that he's still the
あ、
top
もう
player.
切り捨てられたね。
Excuse me? It just barged in here and started accusing me of conspiracy without a shred of proof. It is not stable.
I have Wendell's confession.
Oh, do you mean the guy that's been harvesting human organs? Very reliable source. You keep forgetting that your organic components are the bane of my entire existence. They complicate things. I need a simple tool. A tool that I can control. And until this remote is in my hands, I have that... Oh!
Well, it's time for me to go. Thank you, Mr. Becker, for your presentation. I'll be watching the progress of your project. But until then...
止めろ止めろ、そいつも逃がしちゃダメだ。
And you better keep an eye on that remote.
え、逃がしちゃうの？あれ、帰ってきちゃったよ。あいつ捕まえてエンディングじゃないの？ C ランク？
That should do it. What's going on over there?
Becker's here, and the cops are not happy.
あいつは結局警察署に来たんだなと。あそこで逮捕してもう終了かなっていう雰囲気だったのに、あれ走ってる。さっき警察官たちもなるほどね。奴を囲んだのか。
It's a new age, and you have to accept it. My robots are here to stay. Detroit will become the first city policed entirely by my machines. No brains, no glitching, total control.
So that's it? You just gonna replace us?
ポンコツロボットだったけれどもね、ロボコップ1体に何体やられたよ。30体ぐらいやられてない？
You're a little confused. That's RoboCop you're talking about. Murphy's the guy who's legally dead.
That's it. We are going on strike.
We are cops. Cops do not go on strike.
That's the spirit, old-timer. I have important people to meet, multi-million-dollar contracts to sign. You know, the usual.
さっきプレゼンを失敗してるのに、売れると思ってんのかね。
You can do something. Your cruiser needs cleaning after your last shift. If you have a hard time finding something to do, come to me. That goes for the rest of you too. Murphy, briefing room, now.
いや、怒りすぎだし、荒れすぎだし。なんかもう少し落ち着こうぜ。いや、まあ自分の仕事が取られるっていうのはねえ、わかるけれども。
First of all, I don't want to hear a word about those damn robots. We have a job to do. Now that the milk is spilled, we are looking for a mole in OCP that's been protecting Antonowski. As hard as it is to believe, Becker is not that guy.
あ、違うんだ。
Yeah, but he's still a prick.
いや、そこはな、そこは否定しねえよ。同じだよ。俺も賛同するわ。
It's gotta be the rookie. I'm sitting right here. So?
We start by asking the source.
What are you suggesting?
I pay Wendell a visit in jail.
Good thinking. You can try to squeeze a confession out of him.
If I get my hands on him, I will squeeze more than just a confession.
またブラックジョーク言ったな。さーて、せっかく捕まえたんでね、奴から情報を吐き出させましょう。サマンサ・オーティスと話す。サマンサなんてどっかにいたか？
Robo, do you have a minute?
ああ、いたいた。
Listen, I wanted to say that I misjudged you. My crusade is against OCP. You were just collateral. So to extend an olive branch, I'd like to give you this.
何くれんの？
What is it?
It's the tape of you glitching the other day at the mall.
あ、そうか。報道しなかったんだもんね。
You can do whatever you want with it.
I am sure your TV station would love to play the tape.
Yeah, that's why you need to take it before I change my mind.
Thank you.
Now that I have you here, can I interview you as a consolation prize? They want me to ask you about the election. Seems that people value your opinion.
I would be happy to oblige.
Okay, roll the tape.
選挙に関しては全く興味がないっていうのを一貫して通してるけれどもね。
Conducting an interview with a man that needs no introduction. RoboCop. One of the more contentious points brought up during the election is the construction of Delta City. Many believe that Delta City will destroy old Detroit. Mayor Cusack spoke at length about the illegal evictions that OCP has been planning in order to start the construction. Other candidates, namely John Mills, believe that Delta City is a chance to clean up the city. What are your thoughts on this subject? Is Delta City the future of old Detroit?
非常に難しい話題だよね。一番下。そう。誰にも関わらない。正義を守るのが私の使命だ。
I would focus on current Detroit.
Thank you for clarifying your stance on this important topic. This has been RoboCop for Channel 9. Samantha Ortez, signing off. Thanks for the interview, Robo. We'll get out of your hair as soon as we're done packing up the equipment.
そう。誰にも協力はしない。政治に介入はしない。それは警察官にとって非常に大切なことだから。政治にね、変にね、警察官首突っ込んだりするとめんどくさいことになるから。政治ってそんなもんだから さて、やつのところ向かいますか。さて、出撃だ。さあ、定番行くぞ、定番行くぞ。はい、下すった。